everybody, it's Sean from Everyday Juggler, and in this video I'm going to give you my honest review on a couple different flying clipper beanbags. Alright, so we're going to talk about the rubber-filled Phat Tyre Pro 90s. They're 90% filled with recycled rubber, and the 2.45-inch hybrid balls. They're filled with plastic pellets and rock. The hybrid ball has an ultra suede finish, while the Pro 90s have got a synthetic suede finish. They feel very different in your hands, from their filling to their outer layer to the way that you catch them, the way they throw, the way they act in the air. A lot of stuff to talk about. I like them both in their own ways, but again, they're very different. So, without further ado, let's get into a more in-depth review.
To start us off, let's take a look at the exterior of the hybrid balls. The set I reviewed came in red, blue, orange, purple, and yellow. These balls are handmade with ultra suede and brought together with 12 panels. The stitches were tight and evenly spaced. I actually wasn't able to expose the stitches no matter how hard I pulled the seams apart. These balls come in 3 sizes at 2.45, 2.65, and 3 inches. No matter what your taste, between the color and the size, you should be able to find a ball you like. Taking a look at the Phat Tyre balls now, we can see that the color gamut is a little bit different. They're a little brighter and sometimes even a bit neon. You may or may not know that flying clippers started in the business of footbags, which traditionally have many more panels than juggling balls. This definitely shows here. While these juggling balls are still the size of a standard juggling ball, they come in at 32 panels. The Phat Tyres come in 2 different sizes as described by their percentage of filling. They come 90% and 70% filled. Instead of ultra suede, these balls use synthetic suede, which is a little bit more stretchy and softer to touch. Even though the stitching is still evenly spaced, when I pull the seams apart, I am able to expose some thread. Both kinds of balls definitely feel high quality in the hand. I can't speak for the Phat Tyres as I've been keeping them nice so I can give them away, but the hybrid balls have held up well over several months of practice. On a side note, you can also purchase some stylish ball pouches. Taking a look at the interior of the balls, starting with the Phat Tyre Pro 90s, we can see that they come in at 124 grams, give or take a gram or 2. The recycled rubber filling of these balls give them a wonderfully plush feel. Taking a look at the hybrid balls, the 2.45-inch balls come in at 120 grams, give or take a gram or 2. As mentioned before, these balls have a unique composition of plastic pellets and crushed rock. Speaking in earth science terms, the core of the ball is plastic pellets, while the mantle is crushed rock. Since this is essentially a ball within a ball, the spherical shape is maintained very well, especially when in the air. It's also worth noting that since these balls are made with washable materials, they're probably not going to cause any allergic reactions. Onto the buying experience, which I find very important, because the less friction between me and the product, the better. Fortunately for us, the Flying Clipper website does not disappoint. The interface at the homepage of flyingclipper.com is really easy to follow. At the top of the page, you'll find drop-down menus with important links to everything you need. When you hover your cursor over the Juggle tab, you'll find links to hybrid, rubber-filled, and extremity balls, as well as scarves and juggle ball pouches. Moving on over to the next tab, and you'll find those foot bags that Flying Clipper is famous for. Under the FAQs tab, you'll find tips and how-tos. One really important one, how to wash your Flying Clipper bags. Finally, under rave reviews, you'll find a bunch of testimonies and experiences from other jugglers. Hopefully, once you've had your Flying Clipper balls for a while, you'll be able to leave a review too. Once you know what type of ball you want, you can navigate to that page. Choosing the size and style of the ball is as easy as clicking the high definition image. Once you get to the page of the ball you want to purchase, there's a couple things you should know. First, the price of the ball goes down the more you buy. So if there's a type of ball you know you like, you may want to buy a few extra spares for the future. Second, if you want to see what the different colors of the balls look like, you can change the color, and the high definition picture will change too. After selecting the color and number of balls you need, you can click Add to Cart. Scroll up to the top of the page and click Cart to view your cart. Here you can easily change the quantity and color by clicking Edit Options. Next, it's as easy as paying with a credit card or through PayPal. One quirk to be aware of is you have to put in your zip code and country, then calculate shipping before you can proceed to the payment page. Overall, the experience is seamless. Flying Clipper has all of their product on hand, so you can expect the delivery pretty quickly after ordering. Now let's take a look at the user experience. As mentioned before, they both have a unique feel and will take a little while to get used to. I really like the size of the hybrid balls, and I think they'll be great for numbers jugglers. I found them really easy to catch, but not so easy to stall. A couple things to note about the rubber-filled balls. They were easy to stall, and they were super forgiving if there was a collision in the air. I found the high quality of both of these types of balls very enjoyable to juggle.
Alright, so what's the final verdict on these beanbags? Let's start with the hybrids. I think the hybrids would be really great for kids since they're small and easy to catch. I also think they're great for people who like smaller beanbags, like myself. And finally, numbers jugglers. Because they're so small, you can fit a lot in your hands, but they're still pretty heavy, so you actually feel like you're throwing something. Another great thing about them is when you throw them, they have a very stable throw in the air as opposed to other beanbags that might wobble a little bit. One word of caution I would have about the hybrids is that when they hit each other in the air, if you make a mistake, they bounce off each other more than you would expect. It's really hard to recover from a collision in the air. Now the Pro 90s. I really like this ball. There's just something about it. It just feels so good. It's plush and supple. It's easy to catch and throw because it molds to your hand. There really wasn't anything I found that I didn't like about it besides the fact that it's a little bit bigger than I like, and that's just a personal preference. I am interested to see how that synthetic suede holds up over time. Another great thing about both of these beanbags is that you can wash them. Jim said in the interview I did with him that it's important to him that he makes products that can be washable, which I think is really cool, and I'm glad that we'll be able to wash these beanbags. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these. It's a personal preference. I think you need to try them out, find a friend that has a set, or, just order some and see if you like them. You can find a link in the video description to both of these beanbags. Alright, that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like it and leave a comment. If you have a prop you want me to review, I would be happy to. Just shoot me an email at sean@everydayjuggler.com. Make sure you tell your juggler friends about this video, and until next time, keep on juggling.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, be sure to support the channel. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.